wearing the blue trunks, weighing in at 168.5 pounds, with a professional record of 22 wins, 11 defeats, 1 draw, with 12 knockouts, from Indianapolis, Indiana, Frank Minton, ladies and gentlemen. Also in the feature bout tonight, the opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in at 168.5 pounds, with a professional record of 38 wins, 1 defeat, and 31 knockouts, from Brooklyn, New York, the WBA middleweight champion of the world, Mike McCallum! A 10-round fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we went over the instructions, the dressing rooms, honor the rules. This is how you obey my commands all the time. Shake hands and a great fight, guys. Keep it clean.
All right, we're going to have a pool to see how long ring announcer Paul Fredrock's voice holds out in this evening of boxing. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, a non-title fight. Mike McCallum, who has an April 1st date, versus Sumbu Kalambay in defense of his title. Kalambay served up the only defeat in the career of Mike McCallum, who is 38-1. McCallum had just beaten Donald Curry in his 6th defense of the junior middleweight title, then stepped up to face Kalambay and lost a 12-rounder. Since that time, he has been able to win the middleweight title, beating Harold Graham, and since has had a couple of defenses against Steve Collins and Michael Watson. But that Watson fight, 11th round knockout, came last April, and it's 10 months since McCallum has been in the ring. And you see he has some excess poundage as he tries to get rid of that, along with some ring rust, preparing for the Kalambay fight.
And that Donald Curry fight, as you mentioned, he knocked him out with 1 punch. He said he was living high off that fight. He was really excited, reading the headlines, thinking that he was a big 1-punch knockout artist. And then he got beat by Kalambay. Boxing is very humiliating. When you think you're the best in the world, that's when you get beat.
Tell us a little bit about his opponent tonight. Does Frankie Minton have it to pull off the upset this evening?
Well, Frankie Minton here in this first round has given way too much room. The only chance that I had given Frankie Minton is to smother McCallum. McCallum's seen all these different styles. He knows how to fight a boxer that knows how to fight. So what I had hoped that Minton would do was confuse McCallum, but he's not doing that here. He's giving McCallum too much room. He's letting McCallum set up his offense and his battle game plan over this fight.
Well, the battle game plan for Minton originally was to go right at Mike McCallum, but he apparently has chosen another course of attack here in round number 1.
Boy, how quick we lose that game plan, especially when we're in there with the world champion.
Although McCallum has done nothing to make Minton lose the game plan.
He's also cautious because he realizes, you know, that the next stop is Sumbu Kalambay, April 1st, and he doesn't want to waste anything here.
Minton was ranked number 10 several years ago, the WBA top contender in the super middleweight division. His biggest win came against Henry Milligan, a 4th round knockout. He has faced the likes of James Kinchin, put up a tough fight, losing in the 9th round, then losing a rematch. McCallum now is opening up the pace here in the first. Now keep in mind, McCallum, who of course, if he sees the opening, will go and get it. But he is more interested tonight in getting work. He said he wanted to go about 8 to 10 rounds. The Kalambay fight is over the horizon, and he needs to get tuned up. He's been waiting 10 months, hoping that a fight would materialize with Michael Nunn, which would be a big payday, but that did not materialize. Now a word from our local cable systems. Yes, sir. Could.
I think it does.
It could.
You see he's testing right here.
Yeah, what do you think?
that stick going. Stick and hook. Look for the body ever so often. Yeah. But keep watching that left hand doing it. Jab and the hook. Jab and hook. Don't get behind him. Once in a while you got my have to step behind him.
Cut him off.
Set up.
Yeah, cut him off. Cut him off. Rematch. Okay, take that. Now you can start down with it. Start down with it.
Let's go.
Nice smart.
Come on.
Wait a minute, let's go.
National hero in Jamaica. He's born in Kingston, grew up in Brooklyn. Mike McCallum, who is the champion in the middleweight division in the WBA, is unranked by the other organizations. WBC middleweight champ Julian Jackson, who McCallum beat back in '86. He knocked him out in the second round as junior middleweights. And Michael Nunn, of course, the IBF champ.
They are rival organizations.
Right now in the corner of Mike McCallum is 79-year-old Eddie Futch, 59 years in the business. He has trained 16 world champions. The list including Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, Ken Norton, Bob Foster, Alexis Arguello. McCallum, who has had a long line of trainers and managers. Futch has been on and off with him for 5 years, but he did win the junior middleweight championship with Futch in the corner, as he did the middleweight crown.
Well, they call him Papa Smurf, talking about Eddie Futch, and the reason is he's the Papa of boxing. Very wise. There's a good left hook by Minton. McCallum can't get lazy.
Minton 22-11-1 with 12 knockouts. We talked about some of the fights that he's had. Several years ago, he fought for the NABF title, losing to Anthony Willis. Stopped in that fight. He's had fights with Chris Teozo, now a champion. Stopped in the 6th round. He beat Nicky Walker. Walker then a top 10 super middleweight. Lost to Frank Winterstein in France. Stopped in the 10th round. And the last fight going up against Virgil Hill, a non-title fight in October of '90. And went into the 9th round before that fight was stopped. And right now, Frankie Minton being very honest about his career at the age of 32. Sean O'Grady last night asked Minton, what are you trying to come out with in this fight? And Minton said, a payday.
The house payment. He found out about this fight 2 days ago. But Minton is a guy that tries at least. You got to give him some credit. At least he's throwing punches. Said he was going to take this match just one round at a time. And right now, McCallum has given him the room to go a few rounds. McCallum, although in that first round, he was trying little things. He tried a right hand that rocked Minton. He dug down to the body that rocked Minton. Minton, though, threw a good left hook earlier in this round. That's Minton's best chance. Wind up and throw something hard to take out McCallum. McCallum will try to set something up.
Are you hearing clearly in here?
Yes.
How do you hear? Is it muffled at all?
Keep that right hand up out there, all right?
Not good.
Take your earpiece out. Have you got your earpiece in?
You got a good left hand, you set them back when you pop it. That's what you do when you want to rest.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Drop some right hands off that jab, real quick. The jab, just don't even hit him with it. Just put it out there almost to him and then bam!
What does he look like? Real rusty, huh? Slow.
Yeah, not as good as I thought, as I expected. Not as good a fighter as I expected.
Looks like he's been out for 10 months.
Yes.
It's a good thing he took this.
You know what? And the ring rust and the age. That's something to talk about. At that age, he should keep as active as George Foreman. Maybe we'll chat about that.
Good deep breath. Swallow.
Go second set. Let's go. Come on. Come on, second set. Come on, we gotta get out of that corner fast.
We're at the Kemp Arena in Kansas City, round number 3. Mike McCallum in the black trunks and Frankie Minton in the blue. And in the first 2 rounds, Sean, you are seeing why McCallum is taking this tune-up fight after being out of the ring for 10 months.
Now, he is an old veteran pro, but his age may be a factor of him being so slow those first 3 rounds. Secondly, the ring rust that he talked about. I mean,
not necessarily in that order.
No, but the best way to get rid of that ring rust is start moving, get those punches going. And here in this 3rd round, he's finally broken a sweat. It takes a lot of the old-time fighters a few rounds to get loosened up, get those muscles working.
McCallum is also 9.5 pounds heavier than he was in his last fight, beating Michael Watson at 159 pounds. 168.5 for McCallum. McCallum's fight plan was to box, to move, to go to the body of Minton.
Well, he is showing some good movement. To move doesn't mean so much to bounce around on your toes around your opponent. But see the movement, the head movement from him? The nice thing about movements like that is you're still in range that you can retaliate. If you're bouncing around a lot of times, you're not.
McCallum has to be one of the oldest current champions at 34. Trying to think of the list of champions. Dennis Andres stands out as one fighter who has to be older, although both Andres and McCallum are certainly questioned about their age. Is McCallum only 34? Regardless, he says he prides himself on being in the best condition, although he has lost quite a bit of that over the last 10 months.
Here's a fighter, McCallum, that's 34, and Ray Leonard at 34 says that his career is over.
The uppercut.
McCallum does say, I've taken good care of my body. I've trained for every match. Look at him go downstairs to that body. He realizes that that's bread and butter down there.
And now upstairs, and he is really bothering Minton here in the 3rd round.
Now, these are not real hard punches that he's throwing. He's putting them out there, setting them in on his opponent's face, getting him used to being hit. Now, he will load up on him a little bit later. He's trying to get the work, trying to wear off the ring rust. Unfortunately, there's no place to get rid of that ring rust except in the boxing ring. The night of the fight, in front of a crowd, and the heat of the lights.
But it's not bad getting rid of the rust in a workout and getting paid for it, too.
Absolutely. That's a great thing about fighting. That's why I fought instead of worked out. When you box, you get paid for it. When you work out, the only thing you get bumps and bruises.
Yeah, nice. Keep pitching your shots. Go to the head. Go to the head. 2 or 3 shots, and when he raises his hand, then shift back to the body, okay? Be careful, because he's always trying to steal. Yeah, trying to steal with right hand.
Yes, sir.
Keep the pressure on. Keep that jab short. Keep the right hand short.
Yeah.
No long punches. Keep them all short. Right hand short.
Keep press on, right?
Right.
Keep press on, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Press out.
Okay.
All right.
Looking good?
Okay.
Yeah, looking good.
Round number 4, Mike McCallum, the middleweight champion in a over-the-weight non-title fight. Fighting as a super middle, at least that weight tonight, 168.5. Frankie Minton weighing in at the same weight. Minton has been fighting essentially as a super middle and also fighting as a light heavy. So far through 3 rounds, Sean, McCallum in control of this fight, getting the workout that he desired.
And he's staying low. See him lower his center of gravity. He's bending his knees. He's working the shots that he wanted to. Now, between rounds, this is a real pro. Eddie Futch. Now, here's a point where the referee could step in and stop the fight. Right here, McCallum, unless he wants to work, can just throw everything he's got and the referee will stop it. Here is Minton fighting back finally.
But staying in the corner.
Well, if he's not punching back, the referee will stop it.
McCallum 38-1 with 31 knockouts. Well, only 12 of those have come in the first 3 rounds. McCallum generally wearing his opponent down. And
McCallum is following instructions to the T. Eddie Fudge said, throw a lot of little shots upstairs to his head. Look at this, and then dig the body.
And now the referee, Danny Campbell, is calling for the doctor. And that is why. Those little shots to the head adding up against Frankie Minton.
You bet little shots like that, a preponderance of punches do add up. They cause more damage many times than the one punch knockout blow. The knockout blow, you're out, you don't get hit anymore.
Doctor suggests to stop it. Doctor cannot stop a fight in Missouri, but Danny Crawford certainly taking the advice of the physician, and he has stopped the fight here in round number 4. And I think the biggest one who was disappointed that it was stopped was Mike McCallum. The way this one was going, certainly enjoyed this workout. But this is where it was stopped, Sean, in the corner here in the 4th round.
And just getting some work. They told him between rounds, go upstairs, make him go for the headshots, bring his hands up, and then dig the body. And